Welcome back to the ONJ YouTube channel slash podcast. I'm your co-host Jeremiah.
I'm your co-host Orlando.
Hope everyone's having a good day, good night, good week, good year so far. Um, what we got first,
Before we get started, let's just tell everybody real quick, hit that like button, subscribe,
please,
comment something now, comment something at the end, comment something in the middle of
please
the video.
comment something right now.
Anytime. All right. Now that we got that out of the way. Usually we start with the little, obviously today we're gonna talk about the Celtics and the Nuggets.
Love
But
the
yeah,
new illustration, by the way. You did your thing with that one.
sure.
You did your thing.
Today we're gonna do it different. Cause we just got a Shams notification, and I think we got to talk about this first. So Trae Young got traded.
Okay.
He finally got traded. I know we last episode we were thinking we're spitting out teams. Who could he get traded for? What team could he go to? Um, my sources did confirm that he went to the Washington Wizards.
Wow. You said it too. That's crazy. That's the crazy part.
The Washington Wizards for a package. Trae Young, right? To the Washington Wizards for CJ McCollum and
Expected.
Corey Crisper.
Okay.
That's it.
No, but like say the picks though. Like what picks?
Champs did not say any picks.
Dude, like scroll up or something, bro.
There's no scrolling up. I was like, hold on. I was like, hold on. There's other tweets. There's other tweets. I looked at the other tweets. It's just Shams talking about his connection because I think the GM of the Wizards is the one who drafted him. Um, but no, he never mentioned the pick. Um,
Corey Kispert and CJ McCollum for Trae Young.
yeah,
uh Yikes.
yeah,
They must have like really, really, really wanted to like get him off the books. Like like just move on, like build for the future. Um, where do we start? Where do we start? Uh, I mean, great trade for the Wizards. I mean,
shout
you
out to the
give up
Wizards.
kind of. I mean, CJ McCollum, he still is a serviceable bucket, but I mean, he is on like the latter end of his career, like in terms of age. I don't know how old he is exactly. I don't actually. Yeah, 34. So I mean, little past his prime, get into that KD like LeBron type, you don't really expect them to, like average 25 or 26 like you're used to him seeing, like, maybe a good 15, like he's averaging 18 right now. Like that's probably pretty typical like for somebody his age. But and Corey Kispert, I mean, he's a floor stretcher, a good shooter. I mean, it's a great move for the Wizards, though. You get your franchise point guard. Um, I mean, I'm trying to think of like what their team looks like, though. I mean, I guess he's
Chris
what
Middleton, young
Chris
Middleton.
Middleton, Keyshawn George, um, Alex Sarr. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've seen Trae, and I may be wrong. I don't know if I've seen him like play with a center of Alex Sarr's skill set either. Like, like Sark can play on the perimeter, and he can put the ball on the floor. I haven't really seen Okongwu do it that much. I mean, definitely don't really see Capella handle the ball, what I mean, like that. So that would be interesting. Like, that's definitely a constant, lob threat, between that connection, as they develop that. So that'll be exciting to see those two, develop a connection. Like, and you love to, he really uses the centers. Like, you love to see, like how he uses the centers and, in pick and roll and things like that. But, I mean, it's a great get for the Wizards, though. Great get. Like, what are your thoughts?
I mean, the Wizards did great.
They did.
I mean, like you mentioned, I think he's gonna fit well with the Wizards. I mean, anybody could fit well with the Wizards. I think they need a lot, but just to only give up CJ McCollum and Corey and so far no picks.
Like,
I'm still looking at the phone, waiting to
I'm
see if
waiting.
Shams be like, "Oh, I forgot. There's like 3 picks or something," but no, apparently not. Um,
I'm waiting. I'm waiting on that tweet
but wait,
because
I hope it's just one of those where like he went quick to type it out, and then more details coming later. So
yeah,
that's what I'm
because
hoping for.
and I mean
'Cause
I don't want to say it like CJ McCollum is like a bum player or something like that. Like he's a bucket. Like he's one of the great two guards in the league. But I mean he is on the older side. Like I
34.
said, oh, what happened?
He's 34. That's the issue here.
That's the thing.
Then he
Like
only
he's 34.
27, a 27 for a 34.
Yeah.
So
And I mean, Kispert, he's a great shooter. But I mean, it just don't add up. Like some of it just don't add up. Like I feel like you could have got a lot more for somebody of his caliber, of Trae Young's caliber. I mean, he's a top five guard and point guard in the league. Like, I mean, I figure you would get like some type of picks or some type of draft compensation for him, especially with a $49 million contract. Um, and do those contracts even? I'm trying to think. Do those like unless Kispert's like maybe on a because I know so McCollum's making 30. Wasn't Trey? Oh well, no. Oh, they said his option. He had an option of 49 million for this summer. So I don't know what he's making this season. Maybe what, more than 49, maybe 50, 50 or something.
it'll probably be less than 49 because I think
Okay.
it increases every season. So next season's 49.
Uh, so yeah, he must be yeah, like maybe 47, 48, maybe 46 right now. I'm trying to see how that even add. Well, because Kispert, I don't know if Kispert's in the double digit in terms of salary because I thought he was still in his rookie deal. Um, so I don't do the numbers even add up, or am I missing something? Well, okay, so that makes sense. So Kispert's on a 4 year, 54 mil. So I guess they did do a new contract with him. So I guess that makes sense. So they do kind of add up a little bit. But I mean, yeah. I mean, I like CJ McCollum though. For the Hawks side, I do like him, with that roster. Nikola Alexander Walker's having a career year. You've kind of, I feel like their backcourt is a bit established. Nikhil Alexander Walker, Dyson Daniels. So I think to have CJ McCollum available as kind of like that vet role, I think that's a luxury for that squad. And especially he doesn't really have to I don't think he's really expected to carry like every night, like how he was in Portland and New Orleans. So I think that'll be good for him. That'll be good for that team and good for him. And I mean, that's just a good vet to have, for Nikhil Alexander Walker being in kind of a starting role. You know what I mean? Again, I mean, I feel like he was a little bit when he was with the Pelicans, but now like he's kind of pretty much there solidified starter, especially with Trae Young getting traded. So I think that'll be good for them for their development as well.
Um, I want to get your thought on this. So Shams he says the trade, and then he kind of talks about he does additional tweets talking about like the fit. Like Trae Young went over there because the executive, the Wizards drafted him fifth. So he does tweets like that. One of these tweets I think was very interesting. I'm gonna read it out to you, and I want your opinion on this one. Moving Young also provides Atlanta with added financial flexibility to pursue a large salary over the next several months. With Dallas Mavericks star Anthony Davis as a prime in-season trade target. But you already laughing.
I'm sorry. I thought you were going to say somebody else. There's so many other players you could have named. I'm sorry. I love Anthony Davis. He's a great player when he's healthy. Like when he's healthy. Um, dang, 80. I love it. I mean, I love that his name is still hot on the market. But but dang, is it worth? You did all that to get AD?
You get AD with no young. You get an AD. And then
Um,
the pairing of AD with
and
Porzingis, if they keep
yeah,
Porzingis there, it's gonna go
probably.
crazy for the 3 games that they play together because we know they're gonna be injured for half most of them.
I'm trying to see like what their lineup's gonna look like because I know Big O starts. Oneko Kongo starts at the center, I believe. So I guess AD, of course, will have to start. Maybe move Jalen Johnson over to the three. Um, and then I don't know, does Ricochet come off the bench? Like does
You're literally forgetting the guy I just mentioned,
who, 80?
Porzingis.
Oh, I think they've been bringing him off the bench. Because I think the last couple games, I believe they've been bringing, and I don't know if that's because he's just coming back from injury, so maybe
He's
they're
coming back
bringing
from
him along
injury.
slowly. Trying to Victor
But like,
Wembanyama.
it just doesn't make sense that you have Porzingis who's injury prone, and you're like, you know what we need?
That's
Another
great.
injury prone big man.
I don't know. I don't know. They gotta be trolling. They playing my GM up there. But yeah, yeah, I think Porzingis came off the bench last game, so I don't know if that's a so you may be right. I don't know if he's gonna get back into the starting lineup or if he's not. And Big O
Unless
didn't
they
play as well.
unless they're thinking of trading Porzingis for AD. One
Gotta be.
injury prone center for another injury prone center.
Yeah. I mean, you know how Dallas is with well, that was when Mark Cuban was the owner, so there's new owners now, but usually like Dallas is kind of that kind of franchise that kind of like the Spurs that kind of retains their players a bit. You know what I mean? And
What?
kind of looks out. But yeah, it was. So
What?
I don't know. That's you brought up a great point though. I don't know why you would get kind of two injury prone, similar skill set type of guys. Um, that's very questionable. Is Landry Fields? Is he still the GM? I believe so.
Yes, see, I don't even know
Yeah,
who
he
the GM
should.
is.
He should. Because I don't remember him being fired. I think he should still be the GM. Yeah, he is the. He's still. Oh, he's a former GM. Oh wait, so who's the current?
Oh,
Somebody else must have. They must have hired somebody else. But I mean, great get for the Wizards. Uh, Hawks. I mean, I hope you're right. That's that's really it. And I mean, I understand you had to get rid of Trae Young. Like you just the relationship kind of ran its course. But I think you would be able to get like a lot more, and to do all this for AD. And AD's tremendous. I mean, like what, 25 and 10 when healthy, 25 and 12 when healthy, easily, like walking 25 and 12. But I mean, but how healthy is he going to be? You know, interesting trade, though. Very, very, very,
right.
very great way to start the episode off.
Well, since we got that out of the way,
For sure.
I guess now we could talk about the game we just watched. Celtics, Nuggets. First off, like always, player of the game.
Um, for me, Jamal Murray was amazing. Um, I'm gonna go a little different route. Zeke and Jai. Um, if you like watch the game, especially like in crunch time, he was everywhere. Um, very active. Uh, kind of. I didn't realize. I mean, he made one three, but I know I think they were talking about another game he had a couple against Philly where he made like four threes or something. I didn't realize he was like that good of a floor spacer, like that. Um, he took advantage, took advantage. Jokic was out, Cameron Johnson was out, so that front court was definitely needing some production, and I mean he provided some of that. He wasn't the most efficient 3 for 9, but just his activity overall and just playing above the rim and crashing the boards and just being active. Especially in that crunch time, those last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. I saw him everywhere. So yeah, shout out to him for sure. He had a great game.
So for me,
Hmm.
um, first off, just a shout out Brown, 33 points. Um, and also shout out Watson because he had 30 points, 30 very efficient points. Um, but I'm gonna go with Murray.
Talk about it.
22 points, 8 rebounds, 2 rebounds shy of a triple double because he had
Mm,
17 assists. And the fact that he has 17 assists is why, in my opinion, he's that player of the game. Because not only did he have 17 assists, but he had 2 turnovers. So that assist to turnover ratio, immaculate,
incredible.
immaculate. And just if you saw the game, you would see his leadership, I think, was very important to this Nuggets team and kind of getting them together at that end when they kind of all got together, really put the pressure on the Celtics to go on that streak, on that run to be able to win the game. And I think you clearly saw him getting people in positions, telling them what to do. And I think that leadership, along with the incredible assist to turnover ratio, is why he has to be my player of the game. Because when you don't have Jokic, the fact that he can step up as that leader is great. Many people also don't see him as this guard who could dish out and get assists because it's primarily Jokic. So it's kind of nice to see this game and him showing Jokic is not here. The team could trust on me that I'll get everything situated together.
Agreed 100%. Couldn't have said it what better myself. Um, yeah, he was great tonight. Did everything they needed of him. I think in the broadcast at some point, I know they were like I think coach was challenging him to. I don't know if you remember what they said. Like if Coach Adelman was challenging him to kind of get his teammates involved first before you like kind of think about scoring and things like that. And I guess the message worked. I mean,
He did
17
that.
assists for Jamal Murray. And not to say like, like he's not capable of, facilitating the ball, but you just don't really see that too often, especially, and that could also be because I mean you're playing with a generational uh center that's averaging probably I don't know if he's still averaging a triple double right now, but who's a walking triple double. So that may also cut into like his ability to facilitate as well. But I mean, he was great tonight, though. He was just controlled the game, really, and did what they needed him to do. I love that pass he did. I know Braun was a little cold during the game, but that one pass he did, he like drove middle, and then hit a kind of a bounce pass. Like Sam Hauser tried to do it to Jaylen Brown, I believe, in the third quarter, but he missed it. But to see like in crunch time, especially like see Jamal Murray kind of drive, make that like you're literally driving off balance and you're making a one-handed bounce pass on the baseline to the opposite corner while you're on the complete opposite side of the floor. Like that, the level of difficulty on that, especially with like, with long athletes, pause, like is wild. So I mean, shout out to him for that. And I mean he did have a great game for sure. You know what? I'm gonna ask you a question now. Seeing a game
Okay.
like this. Oh my bad. Were you about to say something?
No, no, go ahead.
Seeing a game like this, now I did say Jokic is generational. We both know that. Like he's in the probably top 5, 10 center of all time, right? Like he's that guy. But seeing Jamal Murray tonight, and seeing how he's capable of also playmaking. Like, do you? And I don't watch enough Nuggets games, so maybe this is already happening, but I don't really see those numbers like that. But do you give Jamal Murray some freedom to actually run the point, like be the point, like be the kind of like? Do you mix in some of those actions, or do you just like just I have Jokic on my team, like I don't no need to worry about that.
Well, I mean, Jokic isn't playing 48 minutes a game.
Hmm.
You're gonna need somebody else to play make there, and I think it'd be in the best interest. You see how he could play make. You see how he
Yeah,
could get this team together. Um, I think it would be wise to make sure if Jokic is not on the floor, you have a Jamal Murray and run it through him. Obviously,
for sure.
Jokic is on the floor, you're running it through Jokic, like you said, generational talent. But try to move your lineups around and your rotation around. So when you take Jokic out, you leave Murray in there and be like, okay, this is your time, your reign. You got the
Yeah,
ball. Play make, facilitate, do all that.
yeah. No, I agree. No, because I mean he's having a great year. Shooting a career high from three, 44% as a point guard. Um, and as like and he takes tough shots too. So like that makes it even more. Like he's one of those guys. Like he's not no spot up shooter. Like you know what I mean. Like he can get busy and he'll like pull up. Like he'll like try to break you down and just pull up in your grill. It's that type. So that kind of makes those stats kind of that more impressive. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was Denver definitely. This is a I mean, for Boston, this is a game you definitely want to win. You're essentially fully healthy. I mean, of course, you don't have Tatum, but I mean, this is kind of the team you've had all season. So essentially, you're really healthy. You know what I mean? So you're essentially healthy. Um, and you're against a Denver squad that's missing two starters essentially. You know, I mean, you're missing, of course, a 30-point triple double in Jokic, and then you're missing, some like a floor spacer, in Cam Johnson, right? So this is
And their backup
definitely,
center.
and they're playing the backup center, so
They're
it's like,
missing their backup center. Jonas
like,
Valanciunas wasn't playing
dang,
either. He's also out.
dang, I didn't know he was dang.
So they're basically starting a third stringer.
Wow, Zeke is the third. Dang, he's been playing
Well,
well.
I mean starting because they started Holmes.
Yeah, they start. Dang, Zeke is fourth. Jeez.
I
Jeez
don't
Louise.
maybe they like Zeke off the bench for that. Um,
Yeah, probably.
what he could bring off the bench, the energy. Because Aaron Gordon also came off the bench this game. Um,
Oh,
Aaron Gordon's coming back from an injury, if I remember.
right.
So maybe that's
So
where Aaron
then,
Gordon, but maybe Zeke is for that energy he brings off the bench.
yeah. That may be the same thing with Porzingis. Then maybe they're bringing Porzingis off the bench in Atlanta. But yeah, I think Boston is the game you got to win. I mean, it was just Nuggets just made I think, just less mistakes essentially. I mean, that's really what it was. This is one of those games. Like it was a great game, but I mean, Boston just didn't have enough on tonight.
You know,
But I don't
you,
know what
you know, and during the first three quarters, it was such a good game.
it
It
was.
was it was it was so close. It was back and forth, back and forth. Um, and then I remember looking at a moment where I was really analyzing the Celtics defense, and I saw the way they like their players, the way they do help defense. It's like they know
Hmm.
exactly when to go and provide that help defense where they're not leaving their man overexposed. And I
Right.
think that mattered a lot throughout the game to have them be as competitive as they was. And I feel like once we got to the fourth, a few things for the Celtics kind of crumbled.
Mm.
One, I don't think that help defense was either it wasn't as tight as at the beginning of the first few quarters, or the Nuggets kind of figured it out.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Because I would see a lot of plays where the Nuggets would kind of be positioning themselves for, okay, if I go here, I know the help defense is gonna come so I can kick it out somewhere else. So I think once kind of like the Nuggets figured out the way their help works and the Celtics defense works, I think it kind of crumbled the Celtics a little bit
Agreed.
because now their defensive identity that they rely on so much, now they don't know what to do because it's not there. They can't rely on their defense, and now they can't rely on their offense because this whole game, their whole offense was Jaylen Brown. And then when you don't have your defense, you're telling Jaylen Brown, like, we're struggling. Please score for us. Now I feel like at that fourth quarter, he was taking some shots and he was like really trying to push to score, and he couldn't. And I think at that point, it was like it was taking everything that the Celtics had at that end.
Yeah. No, you said it perfectly. Yeah, I mean, and they didn't have the best shooting night either. Uh, Jaylen Brown's 14-29. And he takes a lot of shots. Like he takes a lot of shots.
That's the Celtics' whole offense right now.
Like he
Jaylen
takes a
Brown.
lot. Like it's like you're like banking on his efficiency. Like essentially, like you're banking on him to be efficient. And I
It's
mean
their
Derek
whole
White,
offense. They don't have anybody. He scored
yeah,
33 points. After him, it's White and Pritchard who scored 17. They couldn't even
yeah,
touch 20.
yeah, yeah. It was some bad shooting nights, and I mean, and Denver didn't make it easy. I mean, wasn't an easy game, for sure. But shout out to Kata too as well, like 20 rebounds. That's
No,
impressive
he was
as well. Um,
every especially on the offensive end.
yeah,
He was
he had
getting all
10.
those offensive rebounds.
Yeah, he had 10. I actually I like how he adjusted too as well. I don't know if you remember the play, like so he had a play where he was on a fast break. I don't know if he got still or something, but he was on a fast break by himself, essentially, against Christian Braun. But Braun ended up he was about to drive up, try to dunk. Braun hits the ball out, lack of ball security. But then it was another play, I believe in the fourth, where he had got an offensive rebound, was fighting, and then he ended up putting the ball up for the and one hook shot. Like that was good to see. Like you love to see adjustments, like not making the same mistake twice. You know what I mean? Like, you had an easy dunk, but with the lack of ball security, the guard was able to hit it out your hands. You know what I mean? But you come back, get the offensive rebound. Like you just said, like he was crashing offensive boards all night, and then you get the and one. So it's good to see things like that. I thought Anthony Simons was going to be a really big part. Um, he was incredible tonight, and with the offensive opportunities that he was given. I don't know. I just don't like you gotta let him go. Like he's gotta be a part. Like he's gotta be a part of like he's way too talented to not be a part of your offensive game plan every night. Like this is a 20 point per game score in the NBA. Like and quote unquote the best league in the world. He averaged 20 in multiple seasons in the best league in the world. So it's like for you not to, like for him, I don't like for him to average only 13 points a game is ridiculous.
Yeah, it I really thought with the trade that they made for him, it was kind of like they were trying to get an offense besides Jaylen Brown, but it doesn't
Yeah,
look like they capitalized on that. It's still just a Jaylen Brown show. I
yeah,
don't know if they just I honestly don't know. If you
yeah,
traded for him, you know he's a 20-point scorer. Give him the ball. Tell him to score. I mean, coming off the bench,
yeah.
if he's coming off the bench, he could literally just be a pure scorer at that point. Just be an off the bench pure scorer. Just focus on that. But
For
I
sure,
don't know. I don't know why they don't play him. It's.
for
I feel
sure.
like every time we watch the Celtics game, we ask the same question.
Yeah, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. By the way, just so you know. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was a great game though, back and forth. Um, I'm curious, like, what are your thoughts on? And, I mean, there's been some mixed reviews, but I mean, Cam Johnson is having. I haven't watched too many Nuggets games, but I mean, he is shooting the ball pretty well. 42%. He has missed the last about what, maybe 8 or 9 games, about 8 or 9 games, um, including the game today. But like, how do you feel about the trade? Because I believe the trade was it was Michael Porter Jr. and then the Nets sent Cam Johnson and a 2032 unprotected first. What's that? 6 years from now, a 2032 unprotected first round pick.
Yeah.
What- Like, I mean, it is early, and Cam Johnson is like kind of a role player, like you know what I mean. So he is the perfect role player. And maybe the trade worked out for both teams, but just how are you feeling about the trade, especially seeing how Michael Porter Jr. is playing, um, over in Brooklyn.
And a lot of people look at the way Michael Porter Jr. is playing in Brooklyn, and I think they look at those numbers and they instantly think that the Nuggets made a bad choice by trading him away. But I think when you look at the bigger picture, I think it really worked out, or it was a necessary trade for the Nuggets.
Okay.
One, Michael Porter Jr. was making a max.
Hmm.
With the new way the rules are, Jokic, I'm pretty sure Jokic has like a super max. Murray probably has like a super max or a regular max.
Hmm.
Aaron Gordon, I think, is making like 30 something million a year.
Hmm.
You can't have also Michael Porter Jr. having the max. And let's remember, he was the fourth option.
Wild.
He was the fourth option in the Nuggets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes third, sometimes fourth. Him and Aaron Gordon kind of switched third and fourth a lot of times. But he was never gonna be the Michael Porter Jr. that he is now because he was never gonna be the number one option like he is in Brooklyn. So in a sense, the Nuggets made a necessary trade to trade him away to get a player that could play a similar role that he played because he wasn't getting that. They're not getting that many touches again. Third, fourth option on that team. So I think it was a necessary trade, and I think getting off his salary, and getting Cam Johnson who has a lower salary, I think that allowed them to get Bruce Brown onto that team because they had extra flexibility.
Right. No, that's good. That's a good point. Um, yeah, I don't know. I was just curious, like your thoughts on it, because I mean, he's having an incredible season. But yeah, when you think about the numbers, that would have been something tough to work out. You know who always has a job though? Tim Hardaway Jr. Like he's like the pros pro. Like he's like a like he I feel like he's like I mean hopefully it stays with like I feel like he's always gonna have a job in the league. Like he's just a great player, just a great vet, like like instant offense, great floor spacer, like and it seems like, like seeing him interact with Peyton Watson and stuff like after his made shot and seeing how he cheers on his teammates, like he just seems like he always has a job. And from the Knicks to the Mavs, like the Mavs loved him. I mean, they always brought him back as much as they could. And then the Pistons, and then now with the Nuggets, like shout out to him because like he's always been constant, like his whole career, like kind of like Justin Holiday, you know what I mean? Like always, like Justin Holiday always had a job, like you know what I mean, like kind of like that type of way. I just want to bring that up though. A great game though, great game for sure.
Yeah, yeah, that was a really good game all the way through, from start to
You
finish.
know, it was. But yeah, shout out to both teams. Um, shout out to the Wizards. um, wow, y'all came up.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, didn't even have to give up nothing. I thought like maybe like a Bub Carrington or something like. I thought they would have to give up like some type of young guard. Maybe I mean, but maybe the Hawks are good. I think maybe it seems like they're really sold on Nikhil Alexander Walker. I mean, as they should. He's a dog, but yeah. I mean, it seems like they're really sold on him, and they got their guy. He's 27. And Nikhil Alexander Walker's 27. So I mean, seems like they got their guy, and they have Dyson Daniels as a defensive stopper. So yeah, Washington's definitely ticket prices are definitely going up for sure up there with Trae Young in town. Like people are definitely gonna be on the lookout for Wizards games now. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Well, I want to make sure whoever listens, I told you to comment at the end, so make sure you comment. Tell us what you think about that Trae Young trade.
Yeah.
I want to get everybody's feedback on that.
And where will the Wizards finish? That's a
Yeah,
question too.
yeah,
Yeah, I
good
don't. I
point.
mean, I don't know where they're at right now. Yeah, they're like second. Yeah, I don't
No,
know. They're second last. So playing is looking a little dim. Never know. And the Hawks are number 9, so we'll see if they're able to keep that. But yeah, wild trade and a good game. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Uh, Catch you on the next episode. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like Orlando said, comment thoughts on the trade and the game, and catch you in the next video.
we out.
We out.